Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, I'm going to go back to market, and it's really just to help the guys in the Discord. And why? Because I believe I should put my money where my mouth is. And one of the guys asked earlier on to look at the US100 Nasdaq. If I just pull this back up, it was in here somewhere. Might have been in here. Yeah. There we go. Can we have a markup on the Nasdaq 100 index? Sort of keep an eye on this. And there is a kind of a full list of various things that we can see. So as you can see, there's the breakdown for them to check out. You know, that was done at 10 to 12. The bias is there. Should have showed you this earlier. It's just, I'm absolutely knackered, guys. Fair trade on an hour. It's telling me to sell and keep the gains relatively low. And then just to back it up, it was in the request. There we are. And it's NS who was asking for the NQ100. Okay. So what are we looking at? Well, it's telling me to monitor it now. At the moment, I'm just looking for a decent entry to get in. But if I just pull this out to the daily, we can kind of see this is pushing up quite substantially. Now, I've marked this all up for them so they can see it, and they can see all my markers coming in. But there was a hell of a drive here, and then it stalled. Now, if it breaks through, it's coming all the way up here, certainly into the middle. Go to the 4 hour, but the 4 hour is showing a push down. Now that's interesting. Look at your anchor chart, which is my hourly. Up it goes. There it is, coming down. And in fact, we're not a million miles away from going into market right now. We can see that consolidation a little bit more. Failure. Take it into 5 minutes. So we can see what's going on. It's pushing up a little bit. Not uncommon. But that'll start looking to give me a half decent trigger. Which it looks like it's about to tag now. So I can sandwich trade this the same as I did before. Now we can do a candle count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That tells you that the order's under there. And then take it down into this. Now, was that a good trade? Well, let's have a little look. I like to get about 10 pips. So from there down to there is 5. So really, my targeting should be this, under here. Okay. What else can we see? 15 minutes. Well, if we're going under there, which looks reasonable, well, the next one's down here, you know. This target line marries up with a cluster of that, which then comes onto a solid support and resistance, which catches that sweep there. And then you've got all of this down under here to have a go at as well. And eventually, this whole lot. So this here is probably a good target, big target. But in the meantime, you can probably get paid. Now, earlier on today, you saw me trading, so I've got nothing running, no tickets. And we did 60 quid. So let's see if we can get some money out of this. I'll just leave the camera running on this one because I am sort of messing around. Winky's not very well. She's upstairs. So I'm trying to keep out the way. And we'll crack on. So let me just get some orders into this so I can see where we are. Because we're coming up to 12 o'clock. So we're ready for the next battle. Got my coffee, so I'm ready to rock and roll. So just drop that there. We'll put no 20 pip target in for now, and that's it. Good. So I've got a target in. what I'm going to do is I'm going to stage, just pull this down so you can see. I'm going to stage up to the top of this swing. Why is that? I like 2 structure points. There's one with a barrier. There's the other one. This is where I'll start thinking about what it is I'm doing. Am I pondering well on my life? Now, there's another way you can target actually, and I'll show you this before I run away. We have a definitive move here. Now, this isn't so much for putting levels in, but it'll give you a good idea of where a market can push to if you can see a definitive top and bottom. Well, from there to there, I wasn't a million miles off with my target because it's 127 is where it can push to, which is here. And then the next one is down there, 161. In other words, what it is you're using fibs to help guide your trade. Now, I'll also put some extra orders in to see if it can patch up, but that's roughly where we're going. We're going for the bottom swing of this to a decent amount of money. All right, so let's play this out, see how we get. Okay guys, looks like I'm stopped out. Am I bothered? Not really, because I've done what I wanted it to do. It was well planned, and well, that's just what happens. It's now the New York Open, so obviously it's going to spike about a bit, which is one of the other reasons why I like it to be risk-free before an Open. I'm not a lover of trading Opens, and anybody who follows me understands that. But let's have a little look, see what's up. Nothing running, no orders. And there you go. You know, pretty much executed the way I wanted it to be. Now, there's the argument you can always get more. But let's just think about that for a second. More. More what? Stress? Greed? Fear? Because it's not necessarily more money, is it? But you do have all of these little emotions kicking off. And it's one of the reasons why at the end of every video, I say the same thing. Do what you love and the money will follow. The money is the last part of the equation. It really is. That is just the byproduct of doing a good job. And what's a good job? Well, you plan your trade, put your levels into place. Why the levels important? Because they show key turning points of the market. Whether you like it or not, that's exactly what they are. But there is a difference between levels. Some are about as useful as, well, chocolate fireguard, whereas others are rock solid. Now, if the price comes up to that rock solid level and it bursts through it, you've got to ask yourself why. Why did it go through that level? Was there a lot of momentum behind it? Okay, if there's a lot of momentum behind it, what was driving that momentum? Could it have been a recent news announcement? Well, if it was, is it in the direction of the general trend? Well, if it is, it's adding weight to the crash through. If it was just going against the general trend, but there was a basic news announcement and it crashed through it, well, is that not just a flush? So you've got to take all of these little elements into account. And the one element I always pay attention to is the target. When I'm day trading, I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to hang on as long as I can. I just want to get in, get out, and get paid. And as long as I get sort of 10, 20 pips, I'm quite happy. And anything beyond that, outstanding. Greed. It's a question of less is more. If I'm greedy, I'm going to get less. If I'm not greedy, I'm going to get more. Something for you to think about. So that's this one done. I told the guys in the squad exactly what I was doing before I do it, because I think that's the fairest way. I just think it's, how do we put it? Putting my head on the block, being accountable. Because if they ask me to break something down, I feel duty bound to back it up. It's all well and good having an opinion, but that opinion needs weight. And this is how I do it. Simple as that. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.